Number 6, surround yourself with great people. You are the average of the people that surround you. On this note, get rid quickly of idiots that may happen to be in your way. And remember that different, it's most of the times a good thing. I remember in my past when I was at uni, and even before when I was in my senior high schools, and definitely through all the years that I've been traveling, I somehow always ended up surrounding myself with the interesting people, those guys that people couldn't really pigeonhole anywhere, and and I always found them more interesting than the just usual people, the usual stereotypes of the cool guys or cool girls. They were simply more interesting and they had more color. And I thought that, yeah, different actually is a good thing. You are different. I can recognize you. I can remember you a lot better, and you can leave a more lasting impression on me. And again, as Mark Twain say, or used to say, when you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. And this, of course, recently I've been hearing this over and over again through the Tim Ferriss podcast, as well as the Tim Ferriss audiobooks and books as well. And this is true, how true it is. A lot of people keep telling you to do certain things, and it's the same in investment, it's the same in lifestyle, and you end up behaving exactly like the majority. And once you end up behaving exactly like the majority, you become the majority. You become gray. You simply don't differentiate yourself. And even worse, you start doing all the things that everyone is doing. No wonder that we know that only a very small fraction of everything, actually, a small fraction of people become very wealthy, very rich. A small number of people become very successful. A small number of the many entrepreneurs become successful as well. And usually, the ones that become successful are the ones that are doing things differently from the majority. So, big lesson. When you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. Next, going on an adventure, it's great fun and a wonderful way to learn about the world. Fedora, enjoy adventures. I am in this period really, really craving a great adventure, traveling, doing weird things, traveling in very weird places where I can meet new people, and oh gosh, every single day, every hour is very rewarding. Even when things get tough, but at least you learn about new people, you learn about yourself, and you just get smarter. Even just arriving in a brand new city, like I'm doing every time I travel for work, and uh, and having to figure out how to get to the hotel, how to get to your client, and nobody can help you other than yourself. And of course, your ability to help yourself by asking for help, and asking other people for directions, or being able to find on a map, or being able to have your internet over your mobile phone. All these kind of things just teach you how to solve problems and give you a lot of conviction in your abilities. And you're no longer scared of going around. Of course, you need to be clever enough to make sure that you don't end up in places where you should not be. But having said that, the world is a big place, and not actually most of the places are safe. Very few of the places can be very dangerous, and definitely you can make sure not to get there if you do your proper preparation. Next, your daddy's 5F priorities. And I read these into Scale Up, which is the book from Verne Harnish. And I started using it the first time that I read the book, and I always use it for myself, and so far has been really, really correct and helpful to focus on what really matters. So what are these 5F? In order of importance, number one, faith. Have a faith, read about it, study about it, pray it. It will be a treasure that you bring with you for all your life and help you looking at the reality of the world with the awareness that you are not alone, that there is a bigger picture, whether you believe it or not, but there is a bigger picture. And this awareness is going to help you. It's going to help you not feeling lonely. That's very important. And looking at things that very often can be daunting with belief. Number two, family. Most important thing. If you don't know who to care for, if you don't know where to put your priorities and your heart, well, family is the place where to start from. Follow straight after and very closely by friends. God knows how important are friends, and I've been very guilty not to take good care of my friends sometimes, and I know it's wrong. And in fact, actually, if at times I feel not good to myself, it's really because I haven't been taking care of my friends enough. Number four, fitness. Take care of your body, and we're going to have more about that in a few seconds, but definitely fitness is very important. In the moment in which you exercise, you bring energy and your body flowing, your brain also works better. Your energy and your hormones within your body are actually giving you completely different and more positive emotions. And number five, finance. Yes, there is finance, but it's at the very bottom of their priorities. And not that it's not important, but finance should never be on top, because then you risk actually not to be rich but not to be wealthy, and to above all give wrong priorities. Once you're very very wealthy but you have lost faith, family and friends, and you lost your health, then what's the point really? Next, life is an incredible gift that God gave you. Make it count. And by the way, be respectful of other people's life. And this is the thing, I was reading that the odds of being alive are something like 1 in a million trillions or something like that. It's really really unique. Every single person that is alive received a gift somewhere somehow, and we never should forget about this. We should just hold it tight and really make it count as much as possible.